Hello fellow Sudokans, welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Thursday the 8th of August 2024. I hope you are keeping well, being friends with your neighbour. What's going on in the world? I mentioned in this morning's video that there had been some lots of people out on the streets claiming back the streets against the racists and fascists that have been vandalizing British shops and libraries and Citizens Advice Bureau and places that people need to go in for no good reason other than the fact that they're just racists. I've seen some videos now from places around across England, and the videos were very good. People were, in good spirits and stuff like that. In particular, I was very pleased to see the London Borough of Walthamstow had a very good turnout of anti-racists and, keeping the racists away. I mentioned that because I was once the campaign for nuclear disarmament local group organizer there. I lived in Walthamstow for a few years, and I was a local group organizer there, and one of the things politically we had to do was to go knocking on doors, and that, to try to gain support, and that was a really scary thing to do, to knock on people's doors and say, would you be willing to support, or sign a petition to ban nuclear weapons, or to try to ban nuclear weapons, or whatever the cause was at the time. None of which was successful, by the way, of course, but anyway, you have to keep trying. And it was really scary, and we used to go around, like knock on people's doors, and sometimes it's quite surprising, though. You can't tell how people are going to be from their appearance. Sometimes I would knock on a door, and sometimes you get like a skinhead opens the door and with a big dog and something like that, and sometimes they could be quite aggressive. But sometimes those people will be very supportive and go, yeah, I'll sign your petition or whatever. And some people who look like they might be friendly turned out to be quite nasty. But in general, people were generally quite acceptable and polite and reasonable. This is back in the 1980s, and people could talk. But I did also get to see the far right in operation, because I organized some conferences and stuff like that with local MPs, and we never invited the National Front Party, as they were in those days, that who were the Nazis. We never invited those. We invited all other parties, but not them, just to spout racism. But I noticed that the local Tory MP was well in with those, because they met up with them in the car park outside, and it was very friendly with the fascists who turned up. They turned up for the meeting, but they didn't have any representative, and was very friendly with the local Tory MP at the time. I'll never forget that. Anyway, that's from the olden days, but you have to keep fighting fascists forever. Right, let's get on with the LA Times Sudoku puzzle. This is the expert level puzzle. I'm going to start with a 2 in this square here, and I'm just seeing, I think we've got enough 2s covering here, don't we? We do. Okay. Five down here and up there and across there. What do we know about 5s up here? We got 5s in those squares. There and over here. Do we know? Not really. Okay, let's try again. 5 I just looked at, didn't I? It's okay. Six blocking down here. And 6 down here and there, and across there will give me another 6 there. Right, missing digits here are 1, 7, 9, I think, and we've got 7, 9 together in the same row as friends. That means that's going to be a 1. So 7, 9 are here, so these squares are not 7 or 9. They have to be 3 and 5. And I can't say which is which. Actually, 3 and 5 block down here, don't they? So that's a pair of 3 and 5 there. So this is not 3 or 5. It has to be 4 and 9. Any help on 4 or 9? No, but we can get something up there. Whatever that is, that's going to be 7. Nine blocking across there for a 9 up there. Now this is 3, 5. But what it? Oh, it's 3, 5 down there. Yeah, okay. So 3, 5, 3, 5. That's 3, 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Threes. Okay, missing numbers in this row, 4, 5 and 6. We got 5 and 6 in the same column. That has to be a 4 then. This is 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4. This is a pair of 5 and 9. Obviously we've got 5 and 9 in this block here, and we need it for this row. So that's 5 and 9. So over here we are looking for 2. We're looking for 6. And we're looking for 8. 2, 6, 8. And we've got 2 and 8 in the same column. That then will be our 6. 6 down here, 6 up there, 6 across there. There's a 6. That's as far as we can take the 6s because we've got this insoluble kind of pattern. about nines? Nines are in those squares. Nines are in those squares. No, not enough here. Okay, I've reached the tricky part, that's for sure. I'm going to look at this block up here. What did I say? I said 9 and 5 are in those squares. This has to be 2 and 8. So what else do we know? This is 2 and 8. 1, 4 are outside. Not enough. 1, 4. 7, what do we know? 7s. Oh. No. I think I've been staring at this long enough and not getting anywhere. And there are certainly a lot of restrictions with the pencil marks, so let's put in the pencil marks. This is going to be 3 and 5. This is going to be 5 and 9. This is going to be 3 and 5. 3 and 5 blocking down there, and that leaves me with 9 and... I've forgotten now. 4 and 9, is it? And this is 7 and something. 7 and 9. Okay. That's done. Now, we've got 8 blocking up here, so we have a pair of 8s there. Oh, I've got to put in the missing numbers here, which is 5 and 6, if I do remember. 6s, we also know 6 blocks across there, so we get 6s in those squares, and down here 6s. 1s are in the middle there. 1s are a pair like this. Twos and 2s, 3s there. Ah, look. Oh no, I did have 8s there before. 2 and 8, didn't I? But I didn't realise 8s are in those squares as well. I did forget that. Are we done? I think I might be done. So where to look? I think this right hand side looks favourable. So we got one blocking up here. So we have ones in those squares there. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocking up here. Oh, good grief. Am I going to get a single here? So I think I am, because this is 2 and 8, which I worked out and then entirely forgot again. So we've got 1, 3, 4 in those 3 squares. Yeah. And then this is going to be a 7. So that's our 7 up there. There's our 8. And we'll get rid of candidate 7 there. I accidentally hit 8, sorry. 7 there, that's what I meant to do. 7 blocking there, we've got a pair of 7s in those squares. What is the other missing number here? 3, right? And in the middle here, what do we know? We've got missing number 1 and missing number 4, I think. Yep, 1, 4, 6. Okay, that's done. Let's look down here. 1, 2, 3. 3, I don't think I know anything. 4s. 7, 8, 9 done. Okay, let's try the middle then. 3 blocks like this. What do we know about 8 blocks like this and like that? There's a pair of 8s there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this has got to be a 9. And then that's going to be a 9, and that's a 9 up there, and that's a 5. And this is a 5, that's a 6. And that's a 6. And that's a 6, and that is not. And neither is that. Get rid of the 9 there. We have 1 blocking this square, so in this column that's the location of 1. That has to be a 4. And we'll get rid of those candidate 4s now. Left with a pair of 3 and 7, so all of those 3s can disappear, and when they do, that's going to leave me with a 9 in this square here, and a 2 there, and a 9 over there, and a 4 there. So that's going to be 1, 4 is in that square there, 4 is up there. Here's our 1, there's our 3. 1, 4. So I didn't need to fill in all of the pencil marks, just a few judicious markings. That's 3, 8, so the missing digit down here is a 1. Last numbers, well, this is a 3, and this is a 5. So 3 there with a 5 there, 3 there, 5 there, 3 up there, so this can't be a 3, it's going to be a 7, our 3 will be there, 7 there, 8, 3, 8, 3, 9, 7, 2 and 8. That's it, it's all done. That's the LA Times over for the evening of Thursday. I'll see you another day for another game of Sudoku sometime. Take care, bye bye.